Programs for lack of money, however, where there is a bad habit of replacing it, there is always a good and one of the main financial problems, each of which can fundamentally change your relationship with money, therefore highly recommend. Watch the video till the end. Millionaire, subscribe and become on the path to wealth. Warren Buffett's financial advice inspire hundreds of millions of people. It's not without reason that Buffett is 92 years old and in his life, he has seen hundreds and even thousands of different situations related to Warren Buffett's money. So far is in the top 5 wealthiest people world, and what he knows a lot about is how to become that person. Today is the next 5 habits lead you to an financial abyss, but at the basis, you will already be on your way. Wealth first bad habit. Budget. A budget is a financial plan in which shows your income and expenses, helps to set financial goals and make an informed decision about distributing your money. Without introducing the budget, you can easily start overspend and get into debt. Right now you set yourself goals, create and lead the listening to you start to improve significantly your well-being. According to Buffett, the budget helps to understand your financial position by tracking your income and expenses. A person can clearly see where the money goes and determine areas where you can cut costs. Budget is the basis for achieving financial goals. By setting them and directing the means to achieve your goals, you can achieve significant progress in such positions such as raising funds for down payment on housing or debt repayment. In addition, establishing in your budget limit on spending, and by sticking to your goals, you can avoid cost overruns and related to this in the financial problems, and, most importantly, regularly contacting, controlling and adjusting your budget. You will know it is needed that you are on the right path to achieve your financial goals. The next unhealthy financial habit, look up to neighbors or keep up with Jones' last say. In that case, when comparing themselves to others, trying to fit them material condition and lifestyle. Buffett claims that this leads to great financial difficulties because thinking about the welfare of others, you will always feel the need to buy the latest products or use expensive services to keep up with colleagues and acquaintances. For example, Warren Buffett himself still lives in a house that he bought in 1958 year for $31,000. Competition with other financially leads to several significant issues. First, to overspending and debt. Trying to keep up with others is all your real spending will come to naught because you will constantly spend more money, which will eventually lead to the appearance of debt. Secondly, such the competition takes a backseat to your financial goals. First, the main task is to catch up neighbor and everything else. Constantly stay with the feeling of what you need, not lagging behind others. Affects mental health. Is important to find your exceptional financial path, advises Warren Buffett, so you can focus on your financial goals and priorities to live through what will eventually lead to more financial security and stability. Long term, like on the video, if you want to achieve the full financial freedom, let's see how many of us and motivate each other to even more success. Lack of a reserve fund. The habit that leads you to financial collapse declares, the reserve fund is a savings account designed for the unexpected expenses. Berkshire is an important part any financial plan because provides an economic cushion, security in case of force majeure circumstances such as sudden loss, work or health problems. Warren Buffett says his company is Berkshire. Berkshire always has a huge supply emergency capital. Having a reserve fund helps avoid debts in case of unforeseen expenses. Hallway provide financial security and peace of mind. Most importantly, helps to survive. Hallway provide financial life storms when creating a reserve fund. Buffett is advised to pay attention to a few important tips. First, set a goal for the fund. Decide how much money you want to have in it and plan to postpone certain amounts to achieve the goal, but at the same time start small. Don't delay too much at once. Increase savings, then consider customizing automatic transfers to the reserve fund. To make saving easier and more stable, always look for an opportunity. Save money, keep that money in reserve fund, and most importantly, gather patience. The creating a reserve fund takes time, but it's worth it. Your mental stability, peace of mind, and touched on financial success. One of the worst habits Warren Buffett considers impulsive shopping. Although it is very tempting process, but it often leads to financial hardship. By doing such kind of purchase, you do not think well his decision, its possible consequences. Here is the lack of motivation. Something buying spontaneous is huge and spontaneously advantage in personal finance. Thus, holding most of the money make pulses in your wallet. Shopping, you expose yourself to overspending funds and debts. Buying without evaluation situations, you spend more money than you can afford later. Can lead to debt. Committing impulsive purchases, you don't think about their financial goals. It can hinder their achievement. Such purchases can often frustrating over time. You start sorry because you understand that buying was not necessary or in line with your values. Prevent impulse spending. Follow Buffett's advice spontaneously and take a step back and reflect. Sleep with the right financial decision. With these thoughts, and most likely on morning you change your mind about making a purchase. When creating a budget, initially make it there this type of waste so you can afford to do them, but at the same time you can do in them any. If you set limits, create shopping lists before you go to the store is another effective how to avoid reckless spending. Also, try not to shop when your emotions go wild because they can cloud your mind and make more prone to impulsive acquisitions, and the lack of a financial plan is not another also less important habit worth breaking. Get rid of. Warren recommends Buffett's A Financially Child's Financial Plan as a roadmap where indicate your plans and steps that you take to achieve a financially child's financially success without creating it. Progress in becoming financially independent. Be hindered as a child. Financial plan. Warren Buffett was to become a millionaire by the age of 30. Worked financial plan helps understand the real economic situation. By compiling it, you will receive a comprehensive look at income, expenses, assets, debts. Also, decide what you want to achieve and set specific goals. Financial plan. You everything else. You can specify the specific steps that needs to be done to achieve financial goals, including strategies, investment, savings, and only with this plan, you will be able to go astray. Prioritize for your financial purposes. Decision based. Newer solely on specific figures and data. Regularly track your progress, which will be motivate you for even child's accomplishments. All this is possible thanks to financial planning, which will lead you to your goals much faster. Pay attention to your daily financial habits. They all have an on starts at first base. Newer glance. Newer starts. It may seem insignificant, but day by day accumulating in your life. You like snowballs start rolling down. Losing the opportunity to become financially successfully eradicate the sick and introduce healthy habits are no longer put it off for later. Very bad habit. Put on the table your budgeted financial plan and checks from impulsive purchases so you general pictures. Take a look at your state of affairs and you can start the journey. Wealth. If you want to know more about bad financial habits and how to replace with healthy, and be sure subscribe to the channel. We have more. You tell me there were notes. Millionaire, you will become richer.